Let's go rapid fire through some free agents we haven't hit yet, starting with the Milwaukee Bucks, who had the best record in the league in the regular season. Let's take them all as one super player. Khris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Malcolm Brogdon, 1 for 3, 2 for 3, 3 for 3. What are we going with the Bucks?
Well, maybe 2 for 3. I don't know if there's a player in the league with more leverage than Khris Middleton. They can't replace him. He is an all-star level player who, if you were to let him walk, now you've got Giannis Antetokounmpo coming up a year later going, wait a minute, what happened to my championship roster here? Khris Middleton is in, because of his play, because of the circumstances in Milwaukee, he is in line to walk away with a 5-year max contract or right there. But Malcolm Brogdon is where it gets more interesting, Zach.
Yeah, I think it's going to be either 2 for 3 or 3 for 3, and the missing one in the 2 for 3 is Brogdon. And it's just going to depend on his market. The Bucks are going to have a walk-away number where it's just too high for them. The tax payments gets too high. Now, what I will say to that is, this is when you pay the tax. Right. When you're a championship-level team, you just opened a new arena, everything's going great. This is when you pay the tax. I know it hurts because the Supermax is coming, but that's part of owning an NBA team. If you think Brogdon, and if you think the difference between Brogdon and what you replace him with at the minimum, right, hurts your championship odds, you pay.
He's a restricted free agent. $20 million plus offer sheet for him, I think it's realistic.
We'll see. Yeah. Kemba Walker, Charlotte Hornets, boy, they're between a rock and a hard place. You either pay Kemba a lot of money and lock yourself into a team that isn't very good, or you let him walk and then it's pain time.
Zach, if they were not going to pay him, I think they knew the neighborhood it was going to take to keep him, and that was guaranteeing that 5th year on a deal, then why didn't you trade him at the deadline? That's what I don't understand if they were to just let him walk here.
Yeah, I mean, the noise has been all over the place, and you know, all indications are, I mean, he came out and said he would take a little bit less than the Supermax. I don't think they were ever going to offer him
It's actually it's a good play. I'm going to take less of something that they were never going to offer me anyway. So when you do it, it looks like you were benevolent, but it was a smart play by Kemba. He's still going to be a player who potentially is going to get nearly a $200 million deal in Charlotte. 170, 190. What's the number at that Michael Jordan comes to?
We'll see, and I'm fascinated if that deal does come to pass. How are they getting under the tax? How many picks or assets or stretch provision waivers? What are they doing to get under the tax? Let's move on. Al Horford opting out of his deal with Boston, telegraphing to the Celtics he has a place or places he would rather play. What is the latest on Mr. Al?
Well, it is a source of great intrigue among front offices all over the league.
You're not kidding.
Agents who are trying to figure out who really has cap space and whose cap space is phantom because they have Al Horford slotted in there. Al Horford is a smart player. He's got a smart agent, Jason Glushon. They are not walking away from Boston without knowing that there is something significant out there, and that significant deal is probably at 4 years, perhaps over $100 million. There was a limit where Danny Ainge and Boston wanted to go on Al Horford. They do value him greatly, but he's 33 years old. The idea of going for 4 years.
Smart play by Boston. It's the right play.
Right, and it's going to give Boston some salary cap space and flexibility. If they want to go after a Kemba Walker and Nikola Vucevic, they can do some things here in free agency too.
We'll see. I mean, if he wants a set-in-stone deal on June 30th, that would seem to rule out teams for Horford that need to make decisions on 3 or 4 different players, which would seem to rule out some of my favorite mystery teams. But that's for another day. The most mysterious big-name free agent on the market, DeMarcus Cousins. What are we supposed to do with DeMarcus Cousins?
I'd believe almost anything you tell me. And you said it earlier, Zach. Is it if somebody 1 year, $20 million, mid-level exception? Golden State could bring him back at was a 7% raise off his salary last year. I think he has shown people he can still be a very, very good player in this league. Can he stay healthy? Listen, there's a lot of cap space this summer. Teams are going to strike out on their first option, their second option, and I think one of those teams will be there to be a landing spot for DeMarcus Cousins. It's not going to come on day 1 or 2, I don't think.
Yeah, you could tell me any number.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app, and for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN Plus.